face off against the legend. A legend in his own right, weighing in at 275 pounds. From Levittown, Puerto Rico, please welcome Abdullah.
Here we go, as I'm about to make my way down to the ring for Abdullah the Butcher's final match ever in Montreal. This is the first time we've ever released the raw footage, as we see some of the rather attractive Hannibal fans in the crowd. This match was only a couple months before I was signed by WWE. Of course, that contract was taken away due to Abdullah the Butcher. Maybe a different landscape today if it wasn't for that, but we had to turn away over 250 fans on this night. The NDR Center in Montreal, Quebec, my favorite city in Canada, is where this match took place. And again, about 650 fans in attendance, 250 turned away.
Pour son dernier match sur sol canadien, the final match on Canadian soil. J'exige que tout le monde se lève debout. Everybody stand up to welcome the legend. Mesdames et messieurs, accompanied by his manager, Dick Hudson, weighed in at 415 pounds from Sudan. Give it up for the legend, one last time in Canada,
By the way, I forget the name of this guy's manager here. By the way, the guy in the sweater, you might recognize him from Wrestling with Shadows. I don't know who he is. I walked down as I smashed the hell out of Abdullah, who does not seem to like being smashed in the head with the chair. But the guy in the sweater there, I just recently rewatched Wrestling with Shadows. He's in Wrestling with Shadows, walking Brett to the back after the screw job. I have no idea who he is. It's like he does security for all the big Montreal wrestling matches. This was actually an NCW match. As you can see, more than standing room only in this crowd. All the seats were sold. They jammed the standing room in. People were turned away because they all wanted to see me beat the hell out of this fat piece of human waste, Abdullah the Butcher. And the Indian guy managing Abdullah this night was a past famous manager from Montreal, from the Montreal territory. You see Abdullah the Butcher having a hard time getting around. I think he was about 68 at this time. I was 25 or 26 years old. The special guest referee was a guy named Dangerous Dan in the white shirt. No one else wanted to referee this match. They were all afraid of Abdullah the Butcher. Nobody else wanted to wrestle him. They were all afraid. He was, of course, very, very popular in Montreal. I think Calgary and Montreal were his two most popular cities to wrestle in Canada. And I actually had the last match against him in the Calgary area too, back in 2007. Bad News Allen tribute show. I defeated him in a cage match. So I guess I had his last match ever in the Calgary territory too. So you could say I'm a historic figure in wrestling, not just because I'm the greatest wrestling shoot interviewer ever to come out of Canada. but I have been in some historic matches. As you can see here, I'm trying to choking him. The referee, being a dumb idiot, dumb absolute moron that he is, shoot comments here, actually trying to push the cameraman out of the way instead of move his fat, lard tub of crap ass out of his way himself. That referee, Dangerous Dan, is a true scumbag, by the way. So we see a double axe handle off the top rope. Another chair shot to the skull. Luckily, Abdullah the Butcher mutilated his skull so much over the years. He doesn't have too much feeling in the skull. See the fans watching him get choked away and working away on him. He's trying to pull himself up on the guardrails. Camera guy's trying to get a good shot in there. I will give it to Abdullah. He is tough. He's deserving of being in the WWE Hall of Fame for being one of the greatest heels of all time and how tough he is. However, he should have stopped wrestling when his health turned bad. Here he is biting me. This was a no-rules match, of course. You could put gambling chips into his head, and his cuts refused to heal because he kept counting himself. Kato versus Bloodhunter, it still might happen. You never know. Bill Avocado, if somebody wanted to tell Jack Kilby they'd be willing to fund Kato to come in to wrestle the Bloodhunter, I'm sure Jack Kilby would be open to that. Of course, the next Great North Wrestling event, November 4th in Renfrew, Ontario. More information at thehannibaltv.com. And now Abdullah the Butcher, I believe, has either a fork or a beer bottle. I know he had a beer bottle at one point in this match. No, it's a beer bottle. You see there was a lot of professional photographers there that night to cover this. It made all the major Montreal newspapers. As we see the security crawling around in the crowd there, trying to keep the fans away from the action. He's pulling my hair here. Come on. The referee, I know it's no DQ, but the referee should at least try to stop the hair pull. Yeah, I did post the match. I've been going through some old drives today. So I currently have a broken leg. I was just going through some stuff. And I found some old matches. I thought I'd repost in full. As I said, you're going to see the first time ever the aftermath of this match tonight. And I believe the entrances were shown for the first time ever. Oh, this is the funny part. He throws me into the crowd. I land on somebody, which is purely an accident. And then the crowd somehow thinks I'm suddenly, this guy spits on me. So I grab a chair. Now the whole crowd thinks I'm just going crazy. They didn't see the guy spit on me. I go to hit Abdullah, and then it just goes back into it. But it's funny there that there was a near riot. Doctor, I would love some cheese right now, let alone wine. I'm actually pretty hungry. Can you please send me some red wine and cheese? I'm not a white wine man. I'm a red wine. Yeah, and another shot. I like Zambuca shots with vodka. Yes, jabbing me with the broken bottle. Hey, Bill, talk to Jack Kilby about that. He's doing a Great North Wrestling podcast, I believe, on Sunday. Start swarming Jack Kilby with that. I'm sure it could happen. Abdullah Stella, yes. How many times do you see Abdullah rolling around on his back? Honestly. The fork does come out at some point during this match. I just don't quite remember when. This is the first time I've seen this match in years. Now I'm grabbing the referee. Maybe he gets the fork at this point. I don't remember. Sorry, that wasn't the referee. That was the manager who's dead now. The other man, Abdullah's outlived so many of his managers. Eddie Creechman's dead. Honest John Cheatham's dead. This Indian manager's dead. See, the crowd's trying to rally. Oh, there's the fork. The crowd's trying to rally Abdullah here, who is completely blown up. You can see right now he's really having issues moving at this point. I don't know what he's saying to the manager. The manager's trying to pass him a fork, which I don't think I saw. He just spit blood he's just spitting blood into midair right here at this Northern Championship Wrestling show in Montreal, Quebec. As he throws a headbutt to me. Now he's stabbing me with that fork, and Dangerous Dan, the big fat man there with the massive gut that's almost as big as Abdullah's. Oh, I got the fork or a chain. I think the manager passed Abdullah the chain. That's the closest thing you're going to see to a bump of Abdullah. That's the closest thing you're going to see to a bump on Abdullah. And I think this is all she wrote. 275 pounds of muscle, steel, and sex appeal. And then it's dead silence here. See, only the best heel of the 2020s could get booed over Abdullah the Butcher. Music to my ears. And what you're going to see at the end here has never been released before. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Where I am making my exit of my. There's that guy again. Who can tell me who that guy in that sweater is? He's in Wrestling with Shadows. I would love to know who he is. As Abdullah the Butcher, mad at the referee now. I think he just stabbed the referee, big fat, not so dangerous Dan. From a jobber from the Montreal territory. Who is Abdullah's buddy. In real life, this big fat guy in the white shirt has a trailer. And he's such a fan of Abdullah. Whenever Abdullah would come to Montreal or Ottawa, he would pick Abdullah up in a trailer and drive him around like a mark. And he definitely took this beating for free too. He's probably the biggest Abdullah the Butcher mark in existence. So there he is, getting stabbed now. So he can finish his Montreal wrestling career off of the canvas, but I will forever have the distinction of beating him in his final match ever in Montreal, one of the most famous cities and men that he's ever wrestled in. He's one of the top draws ever in Montreal. And here come the Quebec wrestlers to break things up. But he's still going after him with the fork at this point. Again, this part has never been released to the public. I think we see Jeremy Prophet out there. Pandemonium. And now the Dangerous Dan's getting carried to the back by a group of wrestlers. And it ends with pandemonium here. As he rolls out of the ring for the final appearance ever in Montreal. to end a long history there. And that was definitely the final time ever he appeared in Montreal.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any